Gotta be careful, they can run you over. Down 2 of them. They're in a fight. Got him. I wiped him out. We pinched him. So guys, knowledge here. This is how to improve your aim on PC. A special thing that you're going to notice about this tutorial is that it also includes movement. You might say that's kind of odd, but aiming and movement are so intertwined that they need to be in the same video. If you understand things like bunny hopping and slide canceling, feel free to skip the part of the video. I'll put a timestamp up to skip it, but learning those tactics and combining them with proper aiming is super important, because I get people that I'm trying to teach all the time saying, well, bunny hopping is cool and all, I feel like people hit less shots, but it ruins my aim. Well, why don't you practice bunny hopping and aiming at the same time? So in this tutorial, I'll show you how to set up a proper bot lobby in order to practice against bots, which is a big part. Pro players recommend facing bots. At their peak, they kill about 400 bots a day. I know, pro player, 400 practice bots a day. Going to show you how to set it up the same as a professional would recommend for a beginner. And not being me, of course, I'm not a professional, but show you how to set up the bots. We're going to show you some crosshair placement things, peeker's advantage, slide canceling in this video, and we got some cool movements. We even talk and dive into Kovaks and how to properly set it up just a little bit. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I will personally respond to you and answer them as quick as I can. I have it set up to where it literally pings me on my phone when people comment, so I'll probably respond within minutes. So if you have a valid question and you put it beneath, I promise you I will respond. Please subscribe and like if you do enjoy the content, because there's plenty more Modern Warfare content coming out. Forget about it. I'm always on stream. I'm always playing. Check out my stream too. Those are the shout outs. That's it, guys. Now we're actually going to hop in the tutorial. Hope you guys have a great day, and let's hop right into it. All right. How's it going, guys? Now we're going to go over how to practice aiming, and let's do it. You might notice that on my minimap there are no bots in this game. That's because this part of aiming has nothing to do with bots. Seems a little bit strange, I know, but I'm going to explain what I mean. So, let me turn down main game volume real quick. Here are a couple things that I would like to show you guys. The train in this game is incredibly loud. Why? Activision, why? Okay, so how do you do aiming without any bots? This is something that I want you guys to practice or even take note of if you're in game. Here's how it goes. Crosshair placement. This is a point in a lot of games, virtually every game. Crosshair placement is important. Putting your crosshair in the right place is something that you need to pay attention to. If your crosshair is down here, pointless. Crosshair is up here, pointless. Pretty obvious, but those are the extremes to get my point across. I don't think any of you play like that. If you do, you definitely need the help in this video. But yeah, keeping your crosshair at a chest level is the best way to keep it, and also where you expect enemy players to be. Just turning and panning with things, and always keeping it where you expect players to be. Some players will just be lazy. They'll go like this, and they won't move their crosshair at all. If you're aiming at the crate here, and a player pops out of here, you are toast. If you're aiming at the crate here, and a player just pops out of here for some random reason, you are toast. You're done. But if you have your crosshair properly placed here, you can probably get that player. You see what I'm saying? Putting your crosshair in the right place, creating less time for traveling of your aim, is going to give you a lot of wins. And sometimes it's as easy, or not sometimes, a lot of times it's easy as you being aimed at the right place, like right here, common spawn, and a person turns, and you're ready, and you melt them. That's how it goes. You get the first shots off, and you win. Milliseconds count in these games, guys. The extra milliseconds it might take to move your crosshair from here, could be the difference between you winning a gunfight and losing a gunfight. I have personally got an incredible amount. This alone will take a bad player to a good player, for sure. This will improve you a lot. All right, yeah. Placing your crosshair at the proper height, chest height, and in common places where people are is going to be super important. This is something that you want to practice and want to get into your mind, practicing every game that you play. Crosshair placement is incredibly important in FPS. You might already know about it, but thanks for taking the time to listen anyways. All right, so remember, guys, place your crosshair chest level where you expect players to be, so that's as easy as scoping in and taking those shots. Sometimes you're gonna have to scope in. You just have it ready, and the kid's there, and you hip fire. All right. The second thing is recoil control. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna practice recoil. So each gun in Call of Duty Modern Warfare seems to go up and to the right, a lot of them. But here's how you're gonna practice recoil control. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take whatever gun you want to practice the recoil for, aim in, shoot without holding down the mouse or doing anything, holding down the controller stick. All right, it is up and to the right, a clear up and to the right line, as I said before. So what you want to do is you want to pull on your controller stick down and to the left. And if you're on the mouse, it's even easier, down to the left as well. And this will cause tight pockets. This is way better than this. You want to actively be controlling recoil, especially in Warzone where you got these far shots. But a lot of advanced players will know, you might even know, that this is a ugly grouping. I did not practice my recoil control nearly enough, especially with the MP5. That's why I use the Growl in Warzone. It's like, the Growl is like a total hack. It makes no sense. It shoots these tight like little spaces without a lot of recoil control. But yeah, take any gun that you want to practice, especially if it has crazy recoil like Odin, things like that, and realize its recoil pattern and counteract this. And just do that, and you will be a lot better for it. Trust me, guys. Trust me. The best place on this map, personally, to practice this is going to be right here. We're going to shoot this and try to keep it all within this little box. But practice recoil on all the guns. This is very simple, but simple things in this game, the little things, those little millisecond different things, those little things where you hit one extra shot are what separate the champions from the losers. Trust me, guys, you're going to get a lot of extra kills because of this. A 5% difference in skill level does matter. Crosshair placement and recoil control are definitely going to help your aiming tremendously. So make sure to start implementing those things, guys, within Warzone. Practice in a private match if you can, especially recoil control. But if you can't, it's all right. Practice these things in Plunder. It's all right. It's a respawn game mode, and make sure to get your guys' practice in. All right, guys, bonus tip for the people who are on PC. If you want to improve your aim on PC, you're going to use this thing called Kovaks Aim Trainer. It's what I'm in right now. It's called Kovaks Sandbox here. But Kovaks Aim Trainer, you can buy it on Steam, only $10. And what Kovaks allows you to do is go into different training modules and practice your aim. You want to make sure that you set it up exactly to Modern Warfare, and I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. All you need to know is that Kovaks is a way to train your aim. Look up videos about it. 100% recommended. Worth every single dollar. You're going to go to settings, and you're going to set your the things you want to look out for is you want to set your sensitivity to Overwatch. It's the same as Call of Duty because they run on the same engine. But you're going to put in your Call of Duty sensitivity. Mine is a 7. Make sure you have the right field of view measurements. Put in your field of view that is in Call of Duty. Very easy to find. And then just make sure you have your field of view right, your sense right. And that's really it as far as that goes. Nothing else is going to be wrong. And yeah, as long as you have those things set, you'll be all set. And this is the exact same sensitivity as Call of Duty. It's if I could shoot different targets. This training module isn't the best module. It's really all preference, to be honest. But let me stop the playlist and we'll look at some cooler ones. Let's see. Catalogs, IC long strafes. This one is just practicing strafing. Strafing is a weakness of mine. But yeah, you can practice just hitting bots that are strafing, jumping, jump shotting, all these things. You can even create your own training modules. If you are on PC, start using Kovaks. It's going to make it look like you have aimbot. You're going to be insane. You're going to be flicking everywhere. Trust me, start using Kovaks if you are on PC. So yeah, aside from aiming, the mechanics of sliding, jumping, and bunny hopping and all those things combine with aiming. So when you're with the bots, that's when you take your bunny hopping and all those things and you practice them with the bots. It's not a matter of, oh, I'm in a bot game, I'm just going to practice aiming, no movement, be as still as a statue, easy target. No, it's I'm going to learn how to bunny hop and aim. Bunny hopping and aiming is a challenging thing. You're going to put in hours and hours of time and be fighting lots and lots of bots depending on how committed to this game that you are getting better. But if you want to improve, listen to these things and you'll definitely get better. So let's go over some simple movements. The first one is going to be slide canceling. Slide canceling is easily the most overpowered movement in this game. A lot of pros will tell you, and that's probably why I'm sharing it first, because I want you guys to learn this one. If you leave this video at any point, this is literally the best movement to learn. So yeah, so let's say a guy's here. For some reason, he's behind these crates. He's behind these crates right here, and he's guarding this area, and he's just guarding it intensely, and he's shooting at people, and he's just, for some reason, he's just watching this area really hard. He knows that you're behind here. All right, he can do a whole bunch of things. He can nade, he can run towards you, but this player decides to sit back, stand here, and guard. And this is what a lot of Warzone players will do. Warzone players are not gonna just come running at you unless they're like 3v1 or something, you know. Some of them do push, but you hear them from a mile away. You pre-aim the door, and you get a pretty easy win. So he's just standing here, he's watching. Now, what an average player movement will do, he'll just run up and go for it and peek the corner. The thing is, if you're watching from this angle, your shoulder will have already peeked the corner, and I'll get you. I will get the first 3 or 4 shots down easily. And with the MP5, forget about it. You're toast. You know, and when you slow peek like this, you don't get this thing called peeker's advantage. Peeker's advantage is probably a whole nother video. Basically, just know that it has to do with servers, and it gives you a few milliseconds extra time reaction. A lot of you know about peeker's advantage. Just know you get a few milliseconds reaction advantage. It's a huge advantage. Look, Google peeker's advantage if you want to learn about it, but you don't get peeker's advantage by slow peeking things. You get them by jumping things. So you could use the movement of bunny hopping, which would be incorrect because you exposed your whole bottom part of your body. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to use the movement of slide canceling. What you're going to do is you're just going to go like this, and you don't see it from this point of view. But because you slide cancel, your character is literally going like this. Your head is not visible. Your character's head is even lower than crouching whenever you slide. They like lean back. So that whole time he cannot see my head, not see my head, and I pop up and I get him. Will he know I'm there? Probably. Will he have shots on me? Heck no. I've melted plenty of people 1v1s. You just slide cancel. And you can slide cancel to all sorts of cover. Even this guy could slide cancel from cover to cover. It creates just less shots on you in general. Slide canceling to cover is so OP. You can even slide cancel to prone. These are all valid options. But using the slide cancel on it, your movement's faster than the MP5. That's why the MP5 is so great, guys. You get 100% movement. But yeah, slide canceling to all types of cover is a great idea, no matter what gunfight you are in. It's like the amount of bullets. But yeah, just practice slide canceling to different sorts of cover. It's better when the cover is closer. You'll meet plenty of times, but like slide canceling the cover, getting somebody, trust me, it works. And slide canceling, you'll see a lot of pros use it, or a lot of good players use it in Warzone. All you do is click. I should tell you the buttons you click. That'd be very helpful. You click crouch, crouch button again, crouch, crouch button again. And then in order to stand up, you just click crouch, crouch, and then the jump button. And if you click the jump button once, you'll just stand up. So you can go and melt somebody. So yeah, click the crouch button twice in order to do the slide cancel. But slide canceling is an extremely good mechanic to learn and use. The second mechanic that we're going to learn is called bunny hopping. You can practice this with a friend. Usually we have one friend stand here, and then the other friend just comes around this corner and completely pans them and just and shoots. But bunny hopping is really simple. So when it comes to bunny hopping, there's 3 types of bunny hopping. The first bunny hopping is going to be very simple one. You're just running. You're in the first type of sprint, and you're just going to shoot somebody. Not very effective. There are 2 types of sprints in this game, depending on how new you guys are. This is pretty common knowledge by now, but I'll review it just in case. We don't want to leave anybody behind. So there's 2 types of sprints. There's a normal sprint, which is 1, which is going to give you a lot less movement. Okay, let me kill myself. I need MP5 ammo. Back on topic, there's a first type of sprinting, which is not a tactical sprint, which you get barely any hop. It's virtually useless to jump shot. But there's the tactical sprint. Tactical sprint is going to be the one where your character lifts up his gun, and we get way more jumps, way more hops. Let's see if we can create a line, a box to shoot. You get way more hops. So make sure when you're bunny hopping, you're in a tactical sprint, you jump up, and then you jump as soon as you hit the ground. You can spam the jump button. This is tremendously easier on keyboard, but if you're playing on controller, you can learn by playing claw. There are players with normal controllers who do it, but paddles on the back of your controller will help tremendously. It's a lot of pro players play. So yeah. All right. Now, so you're gonna go like this, jump, and jump again. Now these aren't pretty bunny hops. Let's see if I can hit a pretty one. These are still technically bunny hops, but there are ones that are just nutty. Did silence. So did silence, the perk did silence actually increases your bunny hopping distance. I don't know if you guys know, you hit a way sicker bunny hop. Let's see. And you just jump shot way farther. Now this does not look like a big hop from my perspective, but it is a big hop on the other person's perspective. That is bunny hopping. How's it going, guys? Now let's figure out how to practice your aiming and your new movement skills on bots. So it's as simple as going to game modes. You're going to set the game mode as free-for-all. My favorite map and only map I practice on is Hackney Yard. You could really use any map that you like. Hackney Yard is just a very well laid out map, in my opinion. So when I was first taught on all these movements, I was taught all these movements by like a coach. So all the stuff I'm telling you is not my own tips. These are like well-known things. So the only one I would say don't practice on is like Rust or Shoot House, one of like the tiny maps. Definitely don't want to practice on those maps with 9 bots. I don't even know if you can put 9 bots on like on the 2v2 maps. But anyways, what you're going to do as far as the game rules go for a private match, you're going to set it to whatever map you like. Set it to free for all. After you set it free for all, you're going to go to game rules, and the game rules, you want to put unlimited and then put however many bots you want to practice against. I practice against 100 bots every single day, minimum, probably 200. You're going to go to the player and you're going to set the player health to 250 health. 250 health is how much health the player has in Warzone when they have 3 plates in their satchel. I don't know if it's always called a satchel, but yeah, when they have 3 plates of armor, that's how much health they have. They have 250 health. Important to remember. The last thing is going to be you want the radar always on. You want it to be constant. And of course you want the minimap on. You don't really have to worry about anything else. I like to turn off play of the game. I don't know where it's at right now, but turning off play of the game is something that I do because it seems like a waste of time to me. But you need to turn on all this stuff, and that's really it. Match start time, you can turn that down. But how many kills do you want to do? Unlimited time, 250 health for the bots, and have the radar always on. I'll see you guys in game. We'll talk a little bit more on what you should be focusing on when you're versing bots. Actually, you got to put the bots on. My bad. So bot setup, put however many bots you want to face. Let's face like 7 veteran bots. Normally I face 9, but them killing me while I'm talking is quite irritating. So let's hop in the game. That's how you set up the bots. Game setup, bots, game rules is where all the health stuff at. And then map and mode, you already know. Let's start the match. I'll talk to you guys once we're in there. Alright, so now we are in the warm-up game. And we're going to be practicing all the things we were talking about. Crosshair placement, movement. You can slide to things even when bots aren't around just to get used to things. Practicing your aiming, of course. Pulling down, recoil control, going for headshots. Just sliding, jumping. All these things. Just basically implementing all the things we were talking about. You know, so I'm facing bots. I'm placing my crosshair in places that I think they will be. This is how I always play. If you watch my videos, my crosshair is not in random places. It is in places where I think they will be. A little less when I'm staring at the radar, to be honest. But in real games, my aim is always like focused. So make sure you're controlling your recoil. Controlling your recoil, placing your crosshair in the right place, and just implementing all the movements we were learning earlier. And this will teach you like when to use your hip fire and when not to. But the most important part is paying attention to your mini-map, because then you'll know where they're coming from. And be able to practice things like bunny hopping. Be able to practice things like bunny hopping and just recoil control, all of those things. So pay attention to where enemy player is at. Hop out the corner on them. Should have died there. I should have died there. I need practice, as you can see. That's why I kill 100 bots a day. But yeah, practice jumping and all that. It's as simple as doing the same task over and over again. You will get better. Trust me. So implement all these things, and I hope you guys become great and better players. Really do. Remember, if you don't have these private matches available, use Warzone. I don't want to see any comments. Oh, I don't own the full game. What shall I ever do? Practice in Warzone. It's still totally viable. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the battlefield. And I want to see you guys sweating. Sweating hard. Oh my god. They're everywhere. Can I get them? There we go. I never melee, by the way.